Welcome to the KHI Press, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're joined by MMA royalty, the champ, defending his lightweight title at 169 in ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, on November 8th. The champ is here. Christian Lee, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on, dude. I really appreciate the time. We're definitely going to talk about that fight here in just a couple minutes, but, big brother to big brother, man, how was it seeing Adrian take yet another neck home at 168 just a couple weeks ago?
Oh, it was so nice, He's my little brother, I'm 8 years older than him. So, growing up, there was a big age difference between us. I was training him as the coach, and he was in the kids class. And, watch him go from, being in the kids class, just playing around, to being on the, such a big stage, fighting in one championship in America, in Colorado. It was amazing. The fans went crazy for him. He went out there, put his opponent away in the first round, against a hometown guy. So, I was really proud of his performance. I thought he did amazing.
He really did. And it's not like he's just leaning on the lean name, right, to get recognition. He's going out there and actually putting on performances. What's it like to be part of his journey now?
It's so great. We, late last year, we started talking about, he wanted to go enter in one championship. We started training more and more, and I took on the role as his head coach, going into his career. So just watching him grow, and seeing how much he really enjoys training, he really enjoys martial arts and the sport as a whole is so amazing. He's not just an 18-year-old kid who's, doing this, and he got a shot at one championship just because, he's got the same last name. He's really put in the work. I've tested him against, so many high-level pro athletes, and he's definitely world caliber. And he's just the thing is, he's still 18. He's still growing, and he's already so talented. I have no doubt that he's gonna be the next world champion.
Yeah, and I got to speak to him before his fight, his last fight, and he's very, timid, a little quiet and everything, but he speaks with his movement. He speaks with his hands. When he fights, you can see him express himself. Do you see that in training all the time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In the gym, he's just so skillful. Put him against the other guys in the gym, and he's able to just basically do what he does in his fights all day long in the gym, and no shortage of skill, and he's got the work ethic to back it up. So he's just improving every day.
Now, as his brother, because I can imagine, I have a little brother, my own. You get more nervous watching him compete than you compete, right?
Definitely, yeah. And when I go in there, it's all business for me. When I'm in the cage side, I'm watching him fight. I'm so nervous. I'm just trying to stay focused on coaching him, giving him all the right advice. But yeah, definitely a lot more nerves when he goes in there.
Absolutely, and also he has a great corner with you in there. So it's like watching you guys go in there. I love like my favorite storylines that include family. So seeing you in his corner, man, that was awesome to see. Yeah. So all right, so you've been out for quite a while here, but you're coming off a TKO victory over Cameron Abbasov, which was a wild fight. I mean, he was bigger than you. I'm assuming he was stronger. You got dropped pretty quick or pretty early on, with like 2 minutes into the first round, and then we watched you overcome adversity and then walk away with the title. Like, the amount of emotion in that fight, within yourself, to have to fight through all that and then come out victorious. What was it like from your perspective?
Well, for me, I was stepping up a division, so I guess you could say that everything was, the odds were stacked against me going into the fight. I mean, it just a lot of things happened. I got sick pretty bad 2 weeks before, just having to take some antibiotics, which I feel slightly affected my cardio. And then I go into the fight, first round, I get caught with a clean punch, drops me to the floor, and then that changes the whole first round. But going into the fight, my mindset was really second round onward. That's how the fight was going to play out in my head. So, aside from getting caught with that punch, I plan to, fix that, make sure that mistake doesn't happen again. But I did see myself outstriking him, out wrestling him, and then finishing him. So that was always the plan. Just, a fight is a fight. You can't really predict those kind of things.
Yeah, and it was funny because I watched that fight. And I remember watching that fight, and I was at work, and a couple of my coworkers come up, and we're watching you fight on my computer, and they're like, "Oh, who's the little guy?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, just give him a second; he'll figure it out." And you ended up doing it. So to finish that fight in the fourth round by TKO, you kind of fell backwards, exhausted. What was the celebration like afterwards?
Oh man, yeah, it was great. You know, so much hard work that went into that, and you know, to have it all just pay off in the end, it was amazing. Definitely, definitely a great moment in my career.
Yeah, you seriously show how much of a like dog you have in you. You know, standing toe to toe against something like that, even after you got hit. How valuable is that experience going forward, not just for you but for your team?
Yeah, I think it's invaluable experience. You know, it's so important to have fights like that in your career. I feel like whenever you see a fighter, especially a champion, come away from a tough fight, you just see them grow and learn from it and improve in their next match. And I feel like every fight, especially every tough fight that I've had, has made me a much better fighter as a result of it. So, even with the time off, I think that in my next fight, I'm going to be a much better fighter than I was in the last one.
And you got a tough matchup, man. Let's get into it. And what we're here today, standing in front of you on November 8th in Atlanta, Alibeg Rasulov, he's pretty well rounded. He's also willing to get into a war to win. He likes to clinch and punch and all that. We just watched him take a decision victory over Okre Yoon in July to take the interim title. What's your mindset going into this unification bout?
My mindset going into this one is just to come forward, play my game. I think that his game is going to be to come forward. Very without generalizing him too much. Very typical Russian style. He likes to come forward, throw heavy hands, engage in the clinch, and then if he can, he'll take you down. He'll pound you out and look for basically whatever finish comes first. So he is a dangerous fighter, but I feel like it's nothing that I haven't faced before. I've faced a lot of tough opponents, and I think that he's going to come forward. He's going to try to do what he's going to do, and I think I'll be ready for everything that he has.
There you go. What's the excitement level for you to fight on U.S. soil in Atlanta of all places? Like, what's that? What do you think it's going to be like?
I'm excited. My whole career, my whole professional career, I've been fighting over in Asia, and I've lived here. I've lived in Hawaii, so I've been growing up in the U.S. and I've been waiting for this day for a long time. I'm excited. It was great energy in Colorado. The fights were all amazing. The crowd was amazing, and I expect nothing less in Atlanta. I think it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, was there before we keep going here? Was there any hesitation in taking this fight? Haven't been out for as long. I mean, when we get to the fight, it's pretty much 2 years out of action. Was there any hesitation? Maybe you were saying like, give me a warm up, give me something like that, or were you just like, hey, anybody?
No, yeah, I was ready for anybody. Yeah, as soon as I made the decision to get back in there and to defend one of my belts, I just asked them. I won championship. I asked them who's next. Lightweight or welterweight, I'd be good for any division. They said that the next guy in line was Alibeg, so that was the fight.
Yeah, sign the dotted line, go get after it. So what are you looking forward to the most in this fight? I mean, again, keep in mind, you've been out for a couple of years. It's been a minute since you felt that energy of the walkout, the fight week, even the weight cut and all that. What does Christian Lee look forward to the most as we get closer to fight night?
For me, whenever I have a fight booked, I'm looking forward to getting in there and fighting. There's a lot that goes into fighting other than just the fight. There's the media, there's the build-up, there's the walkout, the whole experience. For me, I've done it countless times. Doesn't matter where it is or what setting. When I'm signing a fight, when I'm set to face an opponent, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. So I'm looking forward to getting in there and to fighting him.
There you go. Do you eliminate all the distractions? I'm assuming maybe you get off social media and everything else when you're in fight camp, or you just take everything as it comes.
Yeah, I try to just focus on fighting. Lately I've been trying to get on social media more. For me, I just spend all my free time with my family. I have my gym to focus on growing, and then my career, and then my brother also. So, I don't spend any time on social media, but whenever there's an interview, I'm happy to jump on.
No, and believe me, we appreciate your time for sure. You already said at 168 that Adrian's going to be in your corner. Who else will be in there with you?
That's gonna be my brother and my dad, and I'll also have a few training partners down there.
There you go. All right, man. You're still a young man. You're entering your prime, if not in your prime already, at 26 years old. But you've already done so much, titles in so many different martial arts. You're the champ right now. Is there anything left for you to go after, or have you maybe begun thinking about the end when you're going to hang it up and maybe call it a career while you're still young?
Yeah, I definitely do plan on exiting on top, but I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. I feel like I have accomplished quite a bit in this sport, but I don't spend any time thinking about that. I like to just keep myself in the mindset that I'm the contender. Like I got my back against the wall, and I have to work for everything that I want to get. So going into this fight, there's no double champ for me in my head. I'm the contender. I'm going into this matchup hungry, and basically, this fight is everything to me. So there's gonna be no plan B after this.
No plan B. I like the sound of that. Now, and when you do, way down the line, I guess is when you're done everything. I mean, I'm assuming you're still gonna be involved in martial arts. Would it be as a coach, or would maybe like we just saw Demetrius Johnson retire? He's gonna be doing jiu-jitsu. Will you be still competing in other things, or will you just be coaching? What do you think you're gonna be doing?
Well, I'll definitely be coaching my brother for the rest of his career as long as he wants me as his coach, and we're real close. So I'll definitely be there. I'm also growing my gym. Prodigy Training Center. We just opened halfway through this year, and we have a lot of young guys that are just hungry to compete and to get into one championship. So, we'll see. Right now, we have just a couple amateurs and a few pros. So we'll see who makes it there first, and possibly be coaching there soon.
And what's the location?
It's in YPO. We're on Oahu.
All right, Trav, if you're on Oahu, you want to fight, hit up the champ right here, man. He'll set you up.
Training center.
There you go. All right, so when it comes real quick, because you were actually in Denver for obviously for the card, when did you get to see Demetrius Johnson do his post or his retirement speech?
I was there. I talked to him while he was down there.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't mention it, of course, up until he announced it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw it afterwards. After Adrian's fight, we headed out of the arena to get him some food. But I saw it, and I'm happy for him. He had an amazing career, in UFC. Then he won the one championship belt. He's accomplished all he needs to accomplish. So if he's ready to hang it up, then I'm happy for him.
Is that maybe like the route you want to go? Like accomplish everything it can possibly do, and then kind of go out, kind of like he did on top. He even said, "Hey, they want me to leave the belt in here. I'm not doing that. I'm taking it with me." You want to do kind of the same thing?
Yeah, it's smart because, it's so unfortunate. You see a lot of the former legends who were champions once, and you see them just fight past their prime, take fights they shouldn't have taken, and then, you see them go out on a losing streak. So, Demetrius Johnson, he did it smart, like kind of like how Khabib did it as well. Undefeated as the champ. That's the best time to leave. And definitely, you shouldn't stay in this sport any longer than your heart wants to stay in it, or else then there's no reason to keep fighting. So, when that time comes, I'll definitely plan to exit the game on top.
Gotcha. And I know you're fully focused on this fight, so I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. But is there any thought on maybe defending your welterweight title following this one?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay active. It's been a long time that I've been out on the side, so I put in a lot of hard work leading up to this fight. I'm still got 7 weeks to go, and so after this fight, I plan on rolling in right to the next one, and we'll see who the next contender is. I think there's a few guys I had in mind for the welterweight division, and that'll definitely be next.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be able to eat a little more, leading up to that fight. So.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, just a few quick fire questions before we get you out of here. First question: who's your favorite athlete in any sport?
Man, I don't watch too many other sports, but I'll tell you, my favorite athlete is Adrian Lee.
There you go. Hey, he said it was you. He said he named you, and I was just like, that's a good big brother right there. He named his big brother that. Yes, sir. Most people would be like Tom Brady and Michael Jordan. He said Christian Lee. I'm like, hey, that's a good big brother. Good job, man. All right, favorite movie or TV show?
And one of my favorite movies was like Rocky growing up. Yeah.
There you go. What's your favorite moment you've had since you've been in one championship so far?
And I think, I think my favorite moment was probably, coming back from losing my lightweight belt for the first time, going back in there and defending the belt, regaining the belt against Oak Rayun. I would have said Abbasov with 2 belts, but that was a little bit different of a fight. It's not as fun doing a 4-round war as it is getting hand raised in the second round. So that one was definitely first pick for me.
That was nice, clean performance, man. Definitely. All right, who is your dream matchup? Someone you would like to fight, regardless of era, promotion. They could be retired, they could be on. Just if you could have a time machine, even that, who would you want to fight?
Man, I don't know. It's just there's so many legends in the sport. If I was sticking with welterweight, the division that I'm in right now, no better than GSP. He was one of the, by far, I guess, the most dominant welterweight champion out there. So if there was any other welterweight champ I'd want to fight, that'd be him. Back in his prime.
Another legend that walked away on top twice, dude. Twice with belts. That's crazy.
Yeah, smart guy.
100%. And guess what? He doesn't show any signs of any damage, so he's doing well. All right. And on November 8th in Atlanta, Georgia, what should fans expect from Christian Lee?
I think fans should expect a better version of the last Christian Lee that stepped in there, and it's definitely going to be an exciting fight.
There you go. All right, folks. This is Christian Lee, who defends his one championship lightweight title against interim champ Alibeg Rasulov in Atlanta, Georgia at 169. Tickets are on sale now, and it will be live on Amazon Prime. Christian, best of luck, and thanks for your time, man.
All right. Thank you.